world of business, success goes to companies that lead revolutions, new ways of doing business that turn conventional wisdom on its head. To identify these companies, DP Information Group has listed some of Singapore's top performers, the Singapore 1000 family of rankings. Now we go inside these companies and unveil their closely guarded secrets to success. These are their velocities of growth. It's where art and science merge, the iconic lotus-inspired roofing design right in the heart of the city. The 10 extensions mimic two open hands, welcoming visitors to the Art Science Museum in one of Singapore's integrated resorts. A complex and difficult project completed by Struts Building Technology, a homegrown Singapore company specializing in roofing and facades, but success didn't come easy. Jack Tan, who's the company's founder and managing director, wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He had to sell drinks and cigarettes at a worksite while schooling to make ends meet. But it was precisely this never-say-die attitude that was the motivation behind Jack's journey, one that would take his company to a multi-million-dollar outfit in less than 20 years. He worked 6 years as a trainee quantity surveyor with a developer before moving on to a main contractor as a project coordinator for 8 years.
What the main contractors do when they get a job is that they will buy the timbers from the timber supplier. The roof tiles they will purchase from another source. Insulation.
It was this job that inspired him to think big. Jack soon found a gap that he could fill. He decided to be his own boss, and in 1991, Struts Building Technology was incorporated. The company's expertise? To provide complete solutions for the external building envelope, roofs and facades. But Jack realized that for his company to succeed further, roofing was not good enough. Struts needed to provide a complete solution, from roofing to facades, complemented by the accessories that accentuate the look and feel of a building. From expertise in design and installation to management and technical know-how. The company's first breakthrough was the Safety Military Institute in Jurong. It was a project that started Struts on its way, from standalone roofing and wall cladding to building envelope features with glazing and design aesthetics. But Jack knew that he couldn't accomplish this ambitious plan alone.
I was a supplier to Jack's former company. That's where I met him, and somehow or other we can click, we can talk. That's where we grew well as a friends.
Their partnership has weathered many storms and through economic uncertainty. Struts' success is seen in buildings in Singapore and around the region. The portfolio of clientele extends across retail developments, commercial buildings, luxury residential, leisure complexes and institutions of learning. The list is extensive and the jobs delivered with consistent trademark excellence. Resorts World Sentosa, an idyllic setting of an island paradise. It was a challenge to provide the facade and roofing of Universal Studios Singapore. The individual ride buildings had large areas of metal composite roofs, but it was completed, some even with landscape turfing, in line with the green image of the development. To add to this challenge, the company also provided clay, slate and titanium zinc roofing to the resort's Aquarius Hotel. Both projects were successfully completed in a very short time frame, despite the shortage of manpower due to the concurrent construction.
Although the site is big, but where all the buildings are is all close to each other. All the buildings running together, that's where congestion takes place. So we have to coordinate without interfering each other.
Another completed project on Sentosa was the Capella Hotel, with curved, striking structures which intermingle with colonial buildings. The biggest challenge for this particular building was the irregular shapes. Struts' experienced team managed to construct facades from aluminium with a classy copper finish. A more recent project of a different nature was the Seletar Aerospace Park that was completed in 2011. The building boasts the longest roof sheet length in Southeast Asia at 174 meters. The team took many factors into consideration during the construction.
The glass, the glazing, all these things, that is all the very prone to leak area if it's not properly coordinated and detailed. The difficulty comes from the interfacing and the different level of the roof.
But one of their proudest works to date is the Art Science Museum. It was completed in 2010 after 4 months of hard work. It was described as one of the most challenging and interesting jobs.
First of all, they've got the shape of the lotus and the irregular shape of all the, at the point in time we call finger, every petal. So every one you have to design in a different way, to tackle different way, to ensure the installation is correctly done. We have to make sure well designed, well coordinated to work within the 4-month duration given to us to ensure we complete on time. We have a good planning, we have a good training, we equip our people, we even do simulated mock-up in our warehouse to simulate the effect, how do we do installation in this steep slope. And to do all this training, equipping, so that our people, when physically go to the actual site to start the work, they are confident.
The Art Science Museum was a job well done, and more importantly, it opened the doors to projects in another country, once closely controlled by the military and in many ways shunned by the West. In the last 2 years, political changes have been sweeping across Myanmar. The country, one rich in precious stones, oil and natural gas, wants to attract more tourists and investors. Coming up, Struts' breakthrough into Myanmar and how the company's best practices won the nod for more projects. It was no easy task, but Struts' reputation and experience opened the doors to projects in the country, slowly opening up to investments and tourism. Struts won the bid to build the roof of Myanmar's international airport in the new capital of Naypyidaw. The project took 8 months and was completed in 2011. The uniquely sloping roof, with an area of 35,000 square meters, runs along crisp lines, giving an air of distinction to visitors. After completing this complex project, there was no stopping Struts as the Myanmar project portfolio grew from strength to strength. The roofing for Myanmar's Gem Emporium was also in the works. The 3-month project with a roof area of 15,000 square meters was completed in 2010.
This building is to accommodate more than 2,000 people in a time for auctioning of the jades and gems. To build this building in Naypyidaw, also very important for the Myanmar government and also Myanmar people.
We have been doing very well in this Myanmar market. We got our performance and again the trust of many clients there. Subsequently, we have secured Gem Emporium, sport facility. To source the right type of material locally is almost impossible. Everything had to be transported either from Singapore, whichever nearby country that we can use the right material to ensure proper calculation and arrangement of every logistic is not neglected, so the work don't have to stop along the way. Today, I think we are one of the forerunners in Myanmar market for roofing specialists.
But Struts Building Technology knew that knowing the ins and outs of the business wasn't enough. The people factor was equally important.
We need to build up the staff quality in order to serve our customer better. So we do have in-house and trainings in the factories. We also organize workshops or seminars. We also have cross-training among the staff.
We always believe to equip our staff, our workers, to make sure they go through the training and to find out what is in technology, the latest technology in the market, or in this region, or even in the Europe, to find out how can we increase our productivity.
Cutting-edge technology also ensured that Struts always stayed ahead of the competition. The company was one of the first to import the mobile roll technology from Europe. This imported technology helps to efficiently and precisely build roofs that withstand the test of time and weathering.
The good thing about this mobile roll former, we call it, is to ensure whatever length of the roof sheet required for the building is in one continuous sheet. For various reasons, one of them is aesthetic. Any lapping, no matter how, because thermal expansion, it will cause a gap, the lapping to open up, and that where the gap will be visually seen, and that will become something unsightly in terms of aesthetic.
Struts Building Technology has come a long way. In 1994, the company's initial turnover was only $1 million. Last year, it was about $21 million and is expected to hit $30 million in 2013. For the ISO certified company and its management, progress is key. After achieving its first goal, Struts has set new targets that will see challenging and exciting times in the years ahead. Its management wants to elevate the company to the same standing as other globally renowned roofing specialists. But one thing will never change.
Roof it right, and just do once.
A motto that has stood Struts in good stead over the past 2 decades and will always be key in the company's future.
I always inspired to be a businessman. I would like also to change my life in the family. So in order to change life, I think the best way is to own a business.
It's a dream that has come true for CEO and founder of Star Controls, Patrick Lim. The company is the leading provider of control valve solutions in China, representing some of the world's leading manufacturers of valves, instruments and other industrial equipment. But life for this true blue Singaporean early on was not easy.
Dad is actually a sort of contract worker. We actually were living in an attap house, and to me, we always inspired to be living in like bungalows that's beside us.
All along, Patrick gunned for what he wanted and knew that he had to rely on himself to succeed.
At the age of 12, during the vacation, I went to my uncle's factory. The reason is because I need to make money to earn the living, to buy books for myself and for my brother.
The hard work paid off. Patrick graduated from Ngee Polytechnic and went to Scotland to study engineering. He came back as a sales engineer and ended up in regional sales. It was here that he found his calling.
I enjoy seeing people, meeting people, making friends with people. In sales, right, I think the most important thing is the people part.
In the 1990s, Patrick started working with Fisher Rosemount in Beijing. Now known as Emerson, it's a brand with a 128-year pedigree.
I was in Beijing to start out as an application manager. At that time, I was working with another colleague who was in charge of sales. But then he doesn't really understand China culture, and I was doing a lot of his sales job. So subsequently, actually 9 months later, there was an opportunity came for me to set up another office in Shanghai. Within 2 years, actually, business was really good for the company which I was running. And I basically was in charge of everything from sales, recruiting people, training people, managing people, everything.
Patrick's star was shining. Everything was going well for him, and he decided to seize the chance that would make his lifelong dream come true.
I was thinking, it's like, since I can do everything on my own, why not I start a company on my own? So I proposed to the supplier, my company, why not you let me distribute the product in China, and I will even do it better. So they thought about it, and I was given this chance.
There was no looking back since. Today, Star Controls has grown tremendously, both in stature and value. It represents leading manufacturers of valves, instrumentation and related equipment for various industries in China. The company's headquarters, which is based in Shanghai, sits on a 2,700 square meter plot of land near the city centre. But Patrick knew what would make his company even more successful: quality products and attentive after-sales service, both of which required a strong work ethic and commitment of the staff to delivering results and client satisfaction. As the ultimate sales adage goes, the customer is always king, so Star Controls has round-the-clock customer service, where staff are trained to listen to clients' problems and offer constructive, practical advice at any time of the day. A customer care program ensures that client feedback is addressed and ways to deliver better service are being developed. There's an on-site warehouse to facilitate faster shipping. Patrick also set up Star Controls' ISO Certified Centre of Excellence to ensure that quality would not be compromised when valves, instruments and equipment are distributed across China.
We have to ensure they are correctly selected, because if a valve is wrongly selected, it will cause an explosion. In our industry, I think we could not make such a mistake. It's going to cost life.
Just as the customer is king, Patrick has another work philosophy, that his people are equally crucial in Star Controls.
In all kinds of occasions, when I walk through the company, I'll talk to anybody that I meet on the way. During lunchtime, I'll approach our engineers to chit-chat, know what they are doing, how life is with them, so that there will be no barriers.
I guess for Patrick, I've known him as a friend for the last 17 years. He always treats us like the band of brothers. I really hardly see, through my past experience, that I don't really see a lot of such a management style in place.
Patrick has always believed that training is important to retain committed and dedicated staff. With that in mind, the Star Academy was formed. Fresh graduates are given technical training, while sales engineers are given refresher courses. All staff are also given opportunities to develop, grow and become leaders in their roles.
I always change them in different roles, give them more opportunity and move them into different roles. We'll actually develop every different people for different roles.
But Singapore has always been a soft spot for Patrick in the grand scheme of things. This is home. Thus, it was no surprise that he chose the Republic for Star Control's expansion plans.
It's the country where I'm born, and then the thing is, people know Singapore for its quality, its service, so we want to use Singapore as a springboard to the rest of Asia.
After the break, Star Controls expands into the region but stays grounded at the same time. With nearly 200 staff now based across China in 7 offices, from Nanjing to Shanghai, Star Control's regional ambitions seem well underway. But Patrick wants it to be more than that. In 2008, he began working with German engineers to create Star Control's first original product.
I met Patrick about 8 years ago, and in 2012 he asked me to come over, have a meeting with him, because he had the idea to set up a manufacturing plant.
When we want to go back to Singapore, we need a product. And what we decided is we need to create a brand. And that's why we started our own line of valve, a ball valve that's called Univalve.
Before Univalves was formed, Star Control's business relied heavily on outsourcing. Eventually, Patrick decided to create Univalve to be more cost-effective while continuing to ensure that customers get quality products. Today, Univalves is an emerging player in the valve business with the long-term vision to break into overseas markets.
China continues to improve their infrastructure. I would say that there's still a very huge opportunity for us. We are also looking into countries like Vietnam, Myanmar, Cambodia, and we are actually in the process of planning to set up offices there.
If you want to be a global player in this market, then you need to control your quality. You need to control your delivery times. This is only possible if you control the manufacturing by yourself.
The challenge then became finding new customers for a new brand, but Star Control's reputation stood it in good stead. Many of the existing customers came on board.
自从2005年以来，赛格投入商业运行以来，我们跟Star Control之间有一个长期的一个技术合作的框架协议。我们之间签订了一些框架协议，这个确保呢赛克呢可以以最低的价格获得性价比比较高的产品，同时获得完善的这个售后保障服务。这个新锐公司它具有很强的技术力量，它能够给我们提供相当多的技术培训以及技术支持以及产品的这个应用。
Star Control's success has grown by leaps and bounds. In 2011, the company's turnover stood at $75 million. Its client list reads like a who's who of Chinese industries. The company's achievements show how it has excelled in the production of quality products, complemented by total customer satisfaction. Under Patrick's leadership, it looks like there's no stopping Star Controls. To ensure that the company continues to grow with dedicated staff, he's already looking at succession planning.
4 years ago, we thought it's about time to train to be our future leaders. We went through an apprentice kind of selection, and those people who were selected, they aspire to be one of the leaders in the company, and they've proven that they have better results than the rest of people we hire from the market.
15 years on and Star Controls is celebrating with a big bang. Patrick says since everyone worked so closely together, a company song called We Are Family was apt. Patrick also believes it's not all about making money. It's also about giving back to society as well.
We organized a yearly event for the old folks during Chinese New Year. We also actually adopted 12 kids from the Sichuan earthquake, which we are paying for all their studies for the last 4 years. And we will pay for them until they finish their university.
Going forward, Patrick wants the company to stay true to its vision, to have the breadth and depth in its product portfolio to satisfy any client, to continue to remain relevant and be the partner of choice for its clients.
The next 5 to 10 years, I have planned to have another factory in Iskandar and various offices in the rest of Southeast Asia. I think this business is going to be different. Business will move out from China to the rest of Asia.
So the true recipe for success, expanding but staying grounded and remembering to give back to society, recognizing that people are the foundation of the company's success. This program is brought to you by DP Information Group, part of the Experian Group.